Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So in this video we will try to understand about this form, the form state of how the form state we will be tracking. We'll try to understand. So for example, let's say that we will go to the inspect element into this one. So this is our inspect element, and here if you try to see, we are able to see a form, okay, and this one is an ng. So if I try to refresh this page first time, so here you will be able to see that you'll be having like this. And now when I try to submit this form automatically, if I click submit this form, you will be able to see a class has been added here, ng-submitted. So that means if the form is submitted, you will be able to see Angular applies automatically ng-submitted class to the form, not to the form elements, to the form class, to the form elements after the form has been to the form elements after the form has been submitted. This class can be used. Let's try to check it whether it is. So here it is not applied. So after the submitted, this class can be used to change the form's style behavior after it has been submitted. So by using this class, you can do some form style behavior after it has been submitted. So normally if you are trying to add an ng model directive to the form control, so here we have added ng model to the directive to add control, adds the class names to the control that describes the state. These classes can be used to change a control styles based on its state. For example, let's say that here we are having this entire form, right? So for each form element, if you try to observe the each form element, like example studio, for the studio, if you try to see it, so here you will be able to see ng-pristine, ng-valid, ng-touched. Okay. So now or otherwise, so we have touched that one, that is the reason. So if you try to see here, so for the name field, ng-untouched, ng-pristine, ng-valid. So these are the three things which you are able to see it. So let's try to understand one by one about this one. So first one is the which one, ng-touched. So if the control has been visited, okay, so if the control has been visited means then we will be using the ng-touched, or otherwise it will be ng-untouched. I will try to explain you that in real time also. Another one is ng-pristine. So if the control value has been changed means then you will be getting ng-dirty, something like this, or otherwise you will be getting ng-pristine. So here if I try to change it, if I click on this one and if I go outside, so you will be able to see that it has been ng-touched. It has changed to ng-touched. But ng-pristine, if you want to get it means then you need to write it something like that, then it will be turned into ng-dirty. So now another one is which I want to tell you is the control value is valid or not. So if you try to check it here, ng- for this one required is there. So here ng-valid you will be able to see. So if I try to remove this thing and if I go outside, you will be able to see ng-invalid. If the control value is valid means then ng-valid class will be applied, or otherwise ng-invalid class will be applied. Angular also applies the ng-submitted class to the form elements upon submission, but not to the controls inside the form element. So this ng-submitted will be added to the form element, not to the for controls of the form element. So you use these CSS classes to define the styles of your control based on its status. So observe this control state. So how we can observe this one? To see how the classes are added and removed by the framework, open the browser developer tools and inspect the input element that represents the actor name. So you can do it. So using your browser developer tools, find the input element that corresponds. So for example, let's say that I will try to take this name element only in this form. So here in this form, we will be having one form group, and inside this form group, we will be having one form element, which is ng-touched. So now when you first bring it up, the class indicates that it has a valid value, something like a ng-untouched, ng-pristine, ng-valid. So this one thing, just look but don't touch, then the class indicates it has been untouched, pristine and valid. So fine. Now check inside in name box, then click outside. So now here I will click it and I will click outside. Automatically this one will be changed to ng-touched. Okay. Add slashes at the end. It is now touched and dirty. So here I will add something. Now it will be touched and dirty. Now if you try to remove that one, so now it will be something like ng-invalid. So these are the classes which you will be able to see. So in order to create the visual feedback for the states means, so the ng-valid or the ng-invalid pair is particularly interesting. So because you want to send some strong visual signal when the values are invalid. So you also want to mark required fields, right? So you can mark required fields and invalid data at the same time with a colored bar on the left of the input box. To change the appearance in this way, so we need to use the add the definitions for the ng-star thing. So for this one, what we try to do it is, so here in our code, so we will be having the actor.css, right? So let's go to the actor.css file. So here I will try to apply it for the ng-valid, okay, so which is having the required class, so required, or otherwise you can also write something like so anything, so dot required comma dot ng-valid which is of type dot required, okay, required attribute, or otherwise you are having a dot required class, so anything. So what I will try to do, I will try to apply the if it is valid means then I will try to apply the green color, okay, this one is a valid case, so this one is a valid case. Now if it is an invalid case means then if it is an invalid case, so that means dot ng-invalid, then I will try to apply the red color, so I will try to add the red color, so I already have the red color with me, so I will try to add the red color for this one. So now if you try to see the output for this one, so let's try to check it, ng-valid, so that's why you are able to see a green color is there. So now if I try to remove this one, automatically see you will be able to see a red color for this one, but here what it is happening, you will be able to see a long bar is also coming. So for which one it is getting applied, if you try to observe carefully, so well, let's try to see it. So why? Because so we have applied ng-invalid and this border left is applying for this one also. So how can I remove this one is, so we should not apply it to the form. So here you can write in such a way that not of form, that's it. So now let's try to see the output for this one. So let's refresh this page. So here if I try to remove this, automatically the red color has been applied to this. So in this way we will be adding the what I want to tell is the so if I try to write it, automatically the green color will come. So like this you will be adding the appearance, you can change the appearance of the input elements using those classes. And if you want to show or hide the validation error messages, how you can do it, the name input box is required and clearing it, it turns into the bar red, that indicates that something is wrong, but the user doesn't know the user doesn't know what is wrong or what to do about it. So you can provide a helpful message by checking for and responding to the control state. The skill select box is also required. So if you try to see here, this is also required, and if it is not selected means we need to show some message. So what can we do here? So we need to what we need to do it is extend the input tag with a template reference variable, so that you can use to access the input box Angular control from within the template. In this example, so I will be using hash name is equal to ng model. So that means what I need to do, so for this one I need to use the hash name is equal to ng model. So let's try to apply for this whatever the controls you want to do it. So here I will be applying hash name is equal to ng model. So this is the name we are trying to apply it. So now we have applied it. The template reference variable hash name is set to the ng model because that is the value of the ng model dot export as property. This property tells Angular how to link a reference variable to a directive. So fine. So now add a div that contains a suitable error message. So here at the bottom you can add a div that contains the suitable error message. So what you will try to do, so whatever the thing you want to show it. So let's try to show it something like name is required. Okay, name is required. So this is the message which I want to show. And if you want, you can also use the class name. So we already have the bootstrap. So class is equal to alert hyphen danger. Whatever the class you want, you can do it. And here you will be able to see the message name is required. We are able to see it. But all the time we should not show it, right? So then what you need to do here, we got the name, and here, so when we need to show it here, this should be hidden. Okay, this should be hidden. So here I can add something like message here. Hidden, it should be hidden in such a way that name dot valid, if it is valid it should be hidden, or name dot pristine, so if it is pristine. So that's it. So now if you try to see the output for this one, so at the first time you will not able to see the value, and here if it is invalid means then you will be able to see it. Okay, so like this you will be able to show. So if I try to write something, so immediately it will go away. So if name is invalid or the name is pristine, then we will not show it. So So this is how. In this example, you hide the message when the control is either valid or pristine. Pristine means the user hasn't changed the value since it was displayed in the form. If you ignore the pristine state, you would hide the message only when the value is valid. If you arrange this component with a new blank character or something invalid, means you will see the error message immediately. So that's why we are using the pristine also. So you might want the message to display only when the user makes an invalid change. Hiding the message while the control is in the pristine state achieves that goal. So you will see the significance of this choice when you add a new actor to the form in the next step. So that's it. So this is how you will be showing all the error messages and all those things in the template driven form. So now you are able to have a clear understanding about the different types of classes that has been attached, and also how to show the messages and all the things also you will be able to have a clear idea. So hope you understood about this concept. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.